reflecting back on the Louisville match, they're a formidable home team, and they had a great crowd in their own right. But to have the strong and boisterous Belmont section there, can you just talk about that and how it manifested itself in the game flow and kind of uplifted the ladies when they needed it most?
It was great, and credit to Lauren Davis-Fish and Dr. Fisher and Mr. Strickland in getting those group of fans together, and to our girls too, because as soon as we saw who we drew, they were on the phones texting people and say, "Can you come to the match? Can you come to the match?" And so they worked hard, and everybody worked hard to get the fans. I will say, out of all the postseasons play that we've had, this was by far the best and the biggest crowd that we've ever had. And even to the point to where the Louisville players were recognizing and had even said that our fans were outdoing their fans, and which goes back to our time at Murray. Our little fans outdid Murray's fans. And so by our ladies listening and hearing and feeling that excitement and that enthusiasm coming from our fans just gave them. I mean, we talked about in preseason, before the Louisville match, we could hear it, and we could hear our Belmont song come over the loudspeakers, and our fans were engaged in that. It was just a totally different feeling, and it really made it feel like it was more of a home environment for us, and that's what kind of helped them, because they knew they had some people there to back them up.
I'd be remiss if we didn't touch upon Ariana, and especially in the conference tournament and the match against Louisville. I mean, her last 3 matches, almost 80 kills.
Yes.
At a high percentage. It had to be extraordinary. And the thing that struck me most is just her ability to really attack well on not perfect sets. Emma's a great setter, but at the same time, her body control is extraordinary. Can you just talk about that and how she really took an extraordinary season and even amped it up to another level the last couple of weeks?
In the past 2 years, Ariana, we've been working with Ariana, and we've held Ariana to a standard, and we've told her, you can be better than what you currently are, and here's the areas we need to work on. And she's worked exceptionally hard in those areas, and body positioning, and we've been training all the hitters to be able to hit out of system during our practices. So we put Emma into those bad situations to set those sets, and which in turn trains the hitters to be able to hit. And Ariana was able to learn from those and hit very good attacks, and not just hard attacks, but also smart attacks. And she is really progressing in that area. And you can see in the Murray and in the Louisville match, going up against a bigger block, that she was able to use the block, she was able to put in off-speed shots, and she was able to hit hard cross-court, hard line in every single aspect. And that's just a credit to her, of her willingness to be able to go to a different level. And she really learned that, and still is learning a lot more, because we have her for 2 more years, and we're excited to see what she does next year, because to see where she came in freshman year to where she ended just this season was very impressive, and we would like to see her continue that into her junior year to make it her whole season consistent. And that it's just going to be impressive to watch her continue to grow. And I was just been impressed with her on how she was learning, and the willingness to learn and not be satisfied where she's at.
As we close, Tony, what does all this mean? An OVC championship, another NCAA tournament appearance, the 4th for the Bruins in a decade, has to really translate well on the recruiting trail. You touched upon it. So many ladies coming back, momentum into spring volleyball. It all has to be really exciting leading into 2016.
It is really exciting, but it is also a real big challenge, because back in 2012, we had every single person returning, but we also lost in the quarters going into the OVC tournament in 2013. So the challenge will be in two different areas. The challenge is going to be, or three different areas, is keeping the momentum going into 2016 to train the ladies to be able to, compete even better against bigger teams and to possibly take a win off of bigger teams. And how can we do that? How do we go about training that? And how can we communicate to the girls, or what will the girls be able to do in their training that they're willing to do in their training to go to that next level? And then also the challenge is making sure that we're not complacent, going into the 2016 season, knowing that there will be a target on our back because we have everybody returning. And everybody has that success, and to make sure that we know that it's a new season, there's so many things that can happen, and that we have to be able to go in like we haven't really won it before, and to win it and to get back to the NCAAs, to take on that challenge again, to hopefully, our dream is always to try to get past that first round, and we came close this year. It was the best that we've ever competed in postseason play, in my opinion. But it is making sure that we are still going strong forward, which how they played against Louisville has really changed our thought process in how we're going to approach their training in spring season and in training during preseason. So they challenged us last year because we made it to the OVC tournament, and so we changed the training for this season. Now they've challenged us into a totally different area, so now we need to go back to the drawing board and change it to where, how can we make sure that we are playing at a high level, still get the OVC championship, possibly host the tournament, and then go to the NCAAs and get past that first round. And so they've issued a challenge to us and the coaching staff to where we're willing to take on that challenge and answer it, and then in turn we're going to challenge them to see what they can do to be able to go to that next level that they so want to go to.
Well, Tony, congratulations,
Thank you so
continued
much.
success, and enjoy the off season.
Oh, absolutely. They earned it, and it's just going to be a fun time.